One evening, a young boy was searching through a decrepit, old library. He was looking for ways to help his family. He knew how poor his family was, so in desperation, he turned to books of witchcraft. Eventually, he found an old Hebrew book that looked promising. The book contained a ritual, promising riches and power. This was the start of one of the most disturbing mystery cases of the early 2000s. The Mano Peluda was a very popular radio show in Mexico. It has been running for over 2 decades. During the show, listeners would call in and tell their strange and often disturbing tales. In its early years, the show gained a huge audience in Mexico. From 1995 to 2010, it was hosted by a man named Juan Ramon Sáenz. Since then, the show has been hosted by Ruben Garcia Castillo, up until 2018, when the show ended after 22 years on air. Sáenz, aged only 48, died of health complications in 2011. At least, that's the official story. Many of the fans actually speculate that something supernatural occurred and caused his death. One of the show's callers, Josue Velazquez, whose story happened to be quite a disturbing one, is believed to be involved. The case is known as the Case of Josue. According to his own story, Velazquez was a man of rather poor socioeconomic conditions. His family had very little money, and Velazquez was becoming increasingly desperate to turn his life around. In the year 2000, during the call, he told Sáenz that when he was around 16 years old, he made a pact with the devil in exchange for power and money. During that time, Velazquez's family circumstances were dire, and the family was finding it very rough to cope with the situation. This concern pushed Josue towards witchcraft, and so he began looking into books that could help him. Eventually, he found an old Hebrew book that, as he claimed, contained a ritual to form a pact with a demon that would provide materialistic things. He completed the ritual, but nothing happened. Josue claims he kept doing the ritual every night for a year and a half, until in frustration, he cut open his vein and yelled a different demonic name. He claims that at that moment, a tall, slender man appeared in front of him. However, the man did not give him anything, but instead only wanted to teach Josue how to do certain things. Josue says he doubted this entity, eventually rejecting it as it was of no benefit to him. Josue was back on his search, and the very same night he found a different ritual that looked promising. He performed the ritual at roughly 10 p.m. and went to bed at 2 a.m. Around that moment, he claims he started hearing strange and disturbing noises from his mother's room. When he went to investigate, he claims he witnessed his still unconscious mother being attacked by a pig on 2 legs. Instead of being scared, Josue started thanking the demon for appearing, after which they went to a cave where he resided for 21 days. He claimed the demon gave him a ring, which allowed him to get anything he wanted. In turn, however, he had to sacrifice a family member. After a period of thinking, Josue chose his grandmother, who was already on her deathbed. Soon after, Josue graduated from university with a degree in microbiology after just 6 months, after which he was able to start a successful business in the United States. There was one greater catch to his success though. Any money he wished for had to be spent within the same day. He also could not share the money with anyone, as he claimed this would cause the entities to retaliate against him. Now, at this point in time, Josue told Juan Sáenz that he was scared of dying, but that he also did not enjoy living due to the restrictions placed upon him. Sáenz, obviously now more intrigued in Josue's story, even invited a priest by the name of Roberto Guazzo to help investigate his story live on the show. In 2009, 9 years after the call, Sáenz and a TV show crew met up with Josue to check on his situation for a new show called Extra Normal. The meeting, according to Josue, was held near an unidentified lake in Mexico. While they talked, Sáenz admitted to Josue that after their initial call, he felt strange things happening in his home. such as his bed shaking and wind blowing behind his ear. Josue also claimed that during the meeting, Sands complained about a strange pain in his stomach. Just a week after the show aired, Sands passed away from a stomach bacterial infection. The cameraman was hospitalized due to a bladder issue, and the new host of Extra Normal ended up in a car accident. A little after Sands' passing, Father Guazzo, who was present during the initial call, also passed away from heart issues. Over the years, some skeptics have attempted to debunk Josue's claims, suggesting he might be an actor or that he fabricated the story. However, the eerie coincidences and the emotional weight of his narrative have led many fans of Mano Peluda to believe in the reality of his experiences. A theory has even emerged suggesting that Josue may have traded his life for that of the show's former host, Juan Ramon Sanz. To this day, rational explanation for the sequence of these accidents remains unexplained, and Josue's case remains as one of the most disturbing ones in the show's history. As mentioned previously, the showrunners cancelled Mano Peluda in 2018, with no public reason provided, but as the last presenter, Ruben Garcia Castillo, announced the show was ending, he said, "Be more afraid of the living than the dead."